Summary of In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. In 1959, the story takes place at River Valley Farm in Holcomb, Kansas, which is near Garden City. The Clutters, who live on that farm, are a successful farming and ranching family who seem to have reached the American dream. Herb, the father, is a hard-working Methodist who has made a lot of money and a lot of friends. Bonnie, Herb's wife, gets worried, and people think that means her marriage to Herb is having trouble. Their teenagers, Nancy and Kenyon, have grown up well and work hard. In the middle of November, 4 gunshots are heard in Holcomb. This means that 4 members of the Clutter family have died. Perry Smith and Richard Dick Hickok are the killers. They are 2 recently released prisoners who have been told that Herb Clutter has a lot of money. Perry is a dreamy artist whose youth and a motorbike accident left him with scars. Dick is a normal person who has a bad work ethic and has been known to write bad checks in the past. Dick and Perry are shocked to find that the Clutters have almost no cash on hand when they rob them. Still, they kill the Clutters by killing each one in the head with a 12-gauge shotgun at point-blank range. Dick and Perry run away to Kansas City and start writing bad checks once they get there. They take the money they got by doing something wrong and run away to Mexico, where Perry hopes to become a treasure hunter. As people in Holcomb and Garden City hear about the killings, they are scared and can't believe it. The case is given to the Kansas Bureau of Investigation, KBI, but they only have 2 footprints to help them find the killers. Floyd Wells, who used to work for Herb Clutter and was once Dick's cellmate, says that Dick told him about his plan to rob and kill the Clutters. This finally solves the case. With this clue, the KBI starts looking for Dick and Perry all over the country. While this was going on, Dick and Perry ran out of money in Mexico and came back to the US. They are now planning to write more bad checks. They go back to Kansas City and write bad checks until they have enough money to go to Florida. The level of tension between Perry and Dick goes up and down. Perry doesn't like how Dick wastes money and is horrified by how often he rapes young girls. Dick, on the other hand, is annoyed by Perry's womanly behavior and his unrealistic ideas about finding wealth. After they ran out of money in Florida, they went to Las Vegas, where Perry had sent some of his things from Mexico a few months earlier, including the boots he and Dick wore the night of the killings. They are caught in Las Vegas as they are picking up the last box of their things from a rooming house. In Garden City, there is a court case. Dick and Perry are put on death row at Kansas State Penitentiary after they are given the death sentence. They stay on death row for many years because Dick says their trial was unfair and files several appeals. Perry goes on a hunger strike for a short time. During this time, he has dreams of a golden parrot, which he seems to connect with Jesus. He chooses to start eating again when he gets an angry postcard from his father. On April 14, 1965, Dick and Perry are put to death by hanging. Alvin Dewey, who is a friend of the Clutters and the main person looking into the case, is there for the hanging. He doesn't feel better after being hanged. Instead, he finds comfort in a chance meeting he has with Susan Kidwell, who is Nancy's best friend. He meets her at the Clutters' grave site. Susan gives Alvin hope for the future. She seems to represent a return to a time when Holcomb and Garden City were young and innocent.
About the author. Capote was born in New Orleans to a teenage mother. When he was very young, he moved to Monroeville, Alabama, to live with his aunts, uncles, and cousins. There, he met Harper Lee, who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird. They became friends, and Capote kept in touch with her for the rest of his life. Capote was openly gay at a time when almost no one else was, and he was also a performer. This made him stand out when his first book, Other Voices, Other Rooms, came out in 1948. Many people think that In Cold Blood, which came out in 1966, was his best work. After In Cold Blood was a huge hit, Truman spent the rest of his life working on a tell-all autobiography called Answered Prayers, which he never finished. In 1984, Capote died of liver cancer, which was caused by his drinking.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.